Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we are digging into a stack of research, a really comprehensive guide on one of the most stressful parts of modern life. Just being stuck in that paycheck-to-paycheck cycle.
It's exhausting.
It is. And the material we looked at, it starts with a really powerful, frankly, pretty uncomfortable idea. It argues that for most people, what they're facing isn't really a money problem at its core.
Yeah.
The deeper issue, the thing that's actually locking them in place, is a mindset problem.
That's it exactly. It's that feeling of running on a financial treadmill. You know, you're putting in 40, 50 hours a week, you get the paycheck.
And then it's just gone.
It vanishes and you're working so hard, but that anxiety is always there because you're constantly stuck in short-term survival mode. It just limits all of your choices. It really robs you of your freedom.
And so our mission today is to give you the shortcut to getting off that treadmill. We're going to move past the quick fixes and really drill down into the fundamental strategies from this material.
Yeah, strategies for building real, actual financial independence, not just surviving the month.
And it all starts not in your bank account, but in your head.
That's the big shift.
Okay, so let's unpack that. The first hurdle, according to the sources, is just facing the truth.
The raw, unfiltered truth.
Right. It means you have to stop the denial. No more, swiping the card and just hoping for the best or avoiding looking at your bank balance.
Because that denial is a form of self-sabotage. I mean, if you don't know the exact score of the game, how can you possibly win it?
You can't.
Clarity is the antidote to all that fear. You have to know the cold, hard numbers, how much comes in, where every single dollar goes out, what you owe, and what's actually left over.
And the way to do that is super practical. But it's the steps so many people avoid. You have to sit down, like really sit down.
Right.
With a spreadsheet or even just a notebook.
Yep. A simple notebook works.
And list every single expense, not just the big ones like the mortgage. We're talking the daily coffee, the streaming services you forgot you had.
The impulse buys on Amazon, bank fees, everything.
It sounds painful.
It can be, but it's so necessary. For a lot of people, that moment they finally see all the data in one place it's shocking. They realize hundreds of dollars are just disappearing every month into these tiny, unconscious habits.
You thought the problem was earning, say, $5,000, but the real problem was spending $5,100 without even realizing.
Exactly. And that shock, that's the moment you stop being a passenger in your own financial life and you finally grab the steering wheel.
And that's the difference between the two core mindsets the material talks about, survival versus wealth.
A huge difference.
The survival mindset is totally reactive. It's all based on fear, scarcity. You're just thinking, I need this money to get through the next week.
Whereas the wealth mindset is proactive. It sees money not as something to just be consumed immediately, but as a seed, something to plant and grow.
A tool for the future.
A tool for growth and freedom. And that changes every decision you make.
So you have to stop asking that short-sighted question. Can I afford this $30 thing right now?
And instead, you start asking the intentional question, will this choice, this purchase, will it move me closer to my goals, or is it just going to keep me trapped on this treadmill?
That intentionality is everything.
It's the whole foundation.
Okay, so once that mental shift starts, we get practical. And that means tracking every single dollar. Why is that so non-negotiable?
Because what doesn't get measured, it can't be managed. I mean, think about it. In an average month, how many dollars just vanish? 50 here, 20 there. Over a year, that's real wealth just evaporating.
And tracking gives you that awareness.
And awareness is power. It leads you right to the next big point of sabotage, the hidden leaks.
Right. We always stress about the big rent payment, but the material insists it's the small, unconscious stuff that really sinks you.
Absolutely. The analogy they use is small leaks can sink a great ship. The average person is losing so much money to things like late fees or high bank charges.
Or that daily $4 coffee.
That daily $4 coffee, 5 days a week, that's over $1,000 a year. $1,000. It's not about giving up coffee. It's about the lack of intention behind the spending.
So how do we actually plug these leaks without feeling like we're just depriving ourselves of everything?
Well, there's a really clean 3-step process. First, you identify the leak. That's what tracking does. You spot the unused gym membership or the streaming service you forgot about.
Okay.
Second, you evaluate. You have to ask, does this expense actually support the life I want to live? And if the answer is no, then step 3 is to eliminate or reduce.
Cancel it.
Right.
Negotiate a lower rate. Find a cheaper option.
Exactly. So it's not about being cheap. It's about being intentional. You stop drifting financially and you start directing. You become the CEO of your money.
Assigning every dollar a specific job.
That's the key. You give it instructions. This dollar pays bills. This one goes to savings. This one is for debt. And this one is for that coffee you planned for. You're in control.
So now we've stopped the leak. weeks, we freed up some cash. Where does it go first? The material is so clear on this. Before you attack debt, before you invest, you need a shield.
The bulletproof shield, the emergency fund.
It's the least exciting step, isn't it?
It's the least glamorous, but it provides the most priceless thing, peace of mind. It protects you from surprises, a medical bill, a car repair.
Things that would normally send you right back into credit card debt.
Right back into the quicksand.
So what's the target? The end goal seems huge.
Well, the ultimate goal is 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses. But that number can feel totally paralyzing at first.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It is. So the advice is to start small. Just aim for $500, then $1,000.
Why 500?
Because the vast majority of those little emergencies that derail people, a tow truck, a flat tire, they cost less than $500. Hitting that small target gives you this huge psychological win, and it shields you from the most common traps.
I love that. It protects your ability to think clearly when things go wrong. Okay, so once that small buffer is in place, we go on the attack.
We go on the offensive against the single biggest destroyer of financial peace, debt.
It's quicksand.
It really is. Toxic consumer debt, credit cards, personal loans, it just steals your peace, your choices, your time. It is a crisis that needs to be solved aggressively.
So what does the attack plan look like?
It's a 4-step process.
Yeah.
1, stop digging. No new loans, no new credit card debt, period.
Put the shovel down.
2, know your enemy. Write down every single debt, the balance, the interest rate, the minimum payment. You have to see it all.
Okay.
3, pick your strategy. And you've basically got 2 main schools of thought here. The debt snowball or the debt avalanche.
Let's define those because people get them mixed up all the time.
Absolutely. So the debt snowball is all about psychology. You list your debts from the smallest balance to the largest, and you ignore the interest rates for a minute.
Okay, smallest first.
Smallest first. You throw all your extra money at that smallest one. When it's gone, you get this huge motivational boost, and you take all the money you were paying on it and roll it into the next smallest. It creates a snowball of momentum.
And the debt avalanche.
That's the pure math approach. You list your debts by interest rate, highest to lowest. You attack the highest interest debt first. This saves you the most money in the long run.
But it might take longer to get that first win.
It might. So you have to pick the one that fits your personality. Do you need the motivation of quick wins? Go snowball. Do you want to save the absolute most money? Go avalanche. Both work.
And step 4 is just go on the offensive. Throw every spare dollar at that debt until it's gone. And we're talking about toxic consumer debt here, right? Not like a reasonable mortgage.
Correct. We are talking about the debt that destroys your stability.
So once that foundation is built, money's tracked, emergency fund is there, debt is being killed, the whole focus shifts. It goes from defense to offense.
Right. And this is a huge pivot in the material. It says cost cutting has a limit. You can only cut so much. But increasing your income, that has no limit.
You have to start seeing your income as a reflection of the value you bring to the marketplace.
This is where we stop thinking about just making $50,000 work, and we start thinking, how do I earn $100,000? It's about investing in yourself.
Learning a daily habit.
Even just 30 focused minutes a day. The sources say it can completely change your career path.
Okay, but what kind of learning? What are the high-value skills?
You want to look for skills that are hard to automate or outsource. Things like data analysis, coding, complex problem solving, high-level negotiation, leadership. The message is simple. You are your own best investment.
Those are skills that can't be taken away from you.
Exactly. And once you have those skills, you have to leverage them. The guides argue we have to stop just trading time for money because time is our most limited asset.
The wealthy focus on leverage.
Leverage just means building systems or products that make money for you, even when you aren't actively working. The mindset shifts from what's my hourly rate to
the builder question.
The builder question. How can I create something once that pays me again and again?
Can you give us a simple example of that?
Sure. Think of a graphic designer. Instead of just doing client work by the hour, they could create a set of high-quality design templates. They do the work once, but that template pack can be sold thousands of times forever. That's leverage.
And that leads right into the next idea, stability through diversification. Don't rely on just one source of income.
It's like standing on one leg. If that leg gets hurt, you fall down. But if you have multiple streams of income, a side hustle, some investments, a digital product, you create resilience. If one paycheck disappears, the others keep you stable.
And then we have to tie all this saving and earning together by mastering growth, becoming an investor.
And the key habit here is to pay yourself first.
It has to be automated.
It's non-negotiable. Before you pay rent, before you buy groceries, money should be automatically transferred from your paycheck into your savings and investment account. It forces discipline and lets you harness the magic of compounding.
For someone listening who's now debt-free and ready to start, what's the simple strategy? The stock market can feel really intimidating.
Keep it simple and broad. The recommendation is almost always to invest in broad, diversified funds, like index funds or ETFs.
Okay, so an index fund just tracks a big piece of the market, like the S&P 500. You're buying a tiny piece of 500 companies at once.
Exactly. Instead of trying to pick the one winning company, you just own a tiny slice of the whole economy. An ETF is similar, but it trades like a stock. The point is, you don't have to be a stock-picking genius. You just need consistency and patience.
Saving creates stability, but investing is what creates real freedom.
That's the path to wealth.
So as you build this financial fortress, you need a roof to protect it.
This part is so often overlooked, but it's critical. The roof is your insurance, health, car, and life insurance if you have dependents. A medical crisis can wipe out years of hard work.
It also includes digital security, right?
Absolutely. Strong passwords, checking your credit, identity theft prevention, and basic legal planning. Even a simple will. It's about protecting what you've built.
And holding this whole structure together are the habits of success, the daily choices.
That's the intentional spending we talked about. Consistent saving, lifelong learning, practicing delayed gratification, all those small routines that completely change your future.
Finally, the material connects all this back to legacy. This isn't just about you. It's about breaking the cycle for the people who come after you.
Exactly. We have the chance to teach the next generation that money is just a tool. It's something to be mastered, not feared. And you lead by example, letting your kids see you track expenses, make smart choices. That's how you build a legacy of strength.
Wow. So this whole deep dive has taken us from changing a mindset of scarcity to building a proactive plan tracking, killing debt, developing skills, and using leverage. And the destination isn't just a bigger bank account.
No, it's about designing a life of freedom and purpose.
It's a journey. And there will be setbacks.
There will be. But the difference now is that you have the map. You have the tools and the confidence to handle those challenges without panicking. It's those small, consistent actions day after day that create massive results.
You've heard the steps. You've seen the path. Now that knowledge has to become action. What one powerful, non-negotiable habit are you going to commit to today? Is it installing a tracking app, automating your first savings deposit, making one call to attack a debt to make sure your future self looks back at this moment with pride and not with regret? The choice begins now.